Welcome to the Multiverse Podcast, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I'm one of your hosts, Warren, with my co-host, Jimmy, and the GOAT behind the curtain that you can't see, but you can hear, Wes.
What's up, everybody?
And his name pops up every once in a while on TikToks now.
Sheesh.
We're
Let's get it.
upgrading.
Yes.
We're upgrading.
So you can differentiate, because sometimes people think it's me or Jimmy talking. Nope, Wes is here.
Yeah, the sound
Wes is
effects are going to be me
always-
most of the time.
Yeah.
The-
It's like, what?
I hear
Hold
that
on.
one a lot. Yeah, I hear that one a lot. Typically, if we're doing our top fives or something like that, and Wes will hear one that's like, oh, I don't know about that one. He does it to Jimmy most of the time though, because Jimmy's top five sucks.
Okay. All right.
Now I'm
Warren,
trolling.
no.
Now I'm trolling.
Warren's going to set the tone today because Warren is tired and Warren's a little snappy. He's a little hangry or moody today. It's okay.
I'm not angry.
You
no.
are too. Here,
It's more like no.
whatever,
It's more like I'm tired. I don't have a filter.
guys, we have a group chat, okay? And this is how we organize.
That's how you're gonna start the show.
And the last thing I said was, Happy Thanksgiving. So glad we're on this journey together. And then Wes was like, yeah, happy Thanksgiving, homies. And Warren's like, what time we doing this today?
What are you
And I-
talking about? I was the first one who said happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
Oh,
you
I'm
did.
sorry,
You
that
missed
cut
part.
off.
Yeah.
That
You
cut off.
totally could. Yeah,
Okay.
you're really making
All
me
right,
happy.
He's
all right,
quick
let me-
farming.
I said
Let me
happy
not get it out of context. So today, the first message.
today.
What time we doing this today? And I
Yeah,
said,
that's how I said it. What time we doing your podcast?
And I said, I can go at
today?
4. And Warren says, thumbs up. And then I said at 3:47, 13 minutes till 4. Ready when you guys are. And Warren goes, Jimmy, do you understand how time works? Laugh out loud. And I said, 4 p.m. It's 4:02. And he goes, oh, it's me who doesn't understand. Laugh out loud. JK.
Because we have a time difference. We're in different time zones. I forgot for some reason. I never forget. I always realize every week they're an hour ahead of me. You know, yeah. So today I just completely forgot about that. And when Jimmy said I'm ready, I looked at the time.
And he's
for
like,
me,
do you
it
even
was-
understand how time works?
It was
Jimmy?
like 2 something, and I was like, "We're going on at 4."
Yeah.
Jimmy, do you understand?
That's
that?
so
Well,
funny.
no. The reason I actually said that is because a lot of the time, and Wes can back me up here, you are very early sometimes. You're
I
sometimes
will
like
say-
an hour early.
I know.
45
I'll
minutes
say,
early.
hey, I'm on if you guys can come early.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like-
So I thought this was another one of those things because I look at my time, like it's not even 3 o'clock yet. So that's why I was like, do you understand how time? Because you'll always be like, yeah, we'll go at like 4. And then like at 3, you'll be like, I'm good, guys. Let's go.
I'm ready to roll.
Ready to lock, dude. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Hey.
So,
Happy
Well-
Thanksgiving, guys.
yep.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Or
to
Thursday for the
everybody. I
UK people.
One thing,
Well, Friday
each of
now.
you, one thing
hope
each
for a
of
lot
us
of the
is,
world, actually.
one thing each of us is thankful for.
I'll loop everything into this multiverse, cosmic wonder, everything. Just that we can do this career
Yeah, that's a good
because it's
one.
provided a lot for me, my family. I know you guys, your families, etc. We can do this podcast. We'll not make any money in the beginning. We just do it for the love of it. And we'll always just do it for love of it. But it's because of other things that we're able to actually take 2 hours out of our day, right, to be able to do this podcast. So,
All
boom.
right, Wes.
Fam, friends, games, life, dude.
Yeah.
Thankful
He
for all
said
of it.
one wet no. Yeah, no, that's all. Yeah.
I'm gonna go health. I'm gonna go being healthy because I see like all kinds of stuff around me. You know, as you go and people that get sick or just fighting stuff, and you kind of just sometimes you forget, like you take for granted. Like I have my legs, I have my arms, I have my eyes, I have my ears. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go health.
I
been
like that. My mom's boyfriend, my dad's been dead a while. Her boyfriend, his grandson just had a double lung transplant.
See it, yeah.
And he's
see
still
it.
not
Holy
2
cow.
days in the hospital. He's still, like unconscious. They don't know if he's going to make it. I'm like, it can always be so much worse.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
so yeah, I'm with you on that one, Jimmy.
Health.
I'm with both of you. Family, game, everything, all that. Yeah.
Fam, friends,
totally.
games is one word, by the way. So
Fam, friends,
just-
games. Fam, friends, games.
And I
we're
invoked
thankful
all
for
of that
you
in our
guys.
careers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we're
You
thankful
know,
to all the people.
everything. It actually just comes down to like you guys, because if no one watches our stuff and no one comments
You're
or
just an idiot
cares at all, you're
in
just
front of a
some dude
webcam
on the
talking to
internet. Yeah.
yourself. Yeah, that's the
So
truth
thank
too.
you everybody. We're glad you've joined us on this journey so far. We're so appreciative. We're thankful for that. So happy Thanksgiving. Even if you don't celebrate it, we're thankful for you. Let's dive into our first topic. And I think I have like so many thoughts about this one. There's a mysterious actor on the set of the Fantastic Four. They are, anytime they're outside, they are covering this person up. So no paparazzi can take photos. They've taken videos of a cloaked person and somebody covering them up,
Right.
kind of running around. Like clearly there's some secret character that's probably a big cameo nobody wants to know about. Well, let me ask you guys. It's either a really big actor playing some role that nobody wants to know about, or it's a really big character, or it's both. What do y'all think?
Well, it's definitely not Robert Downey Jr. It's way too tall, and he doesn't. I mean, I saw the video, and I don't think it was.
Well, so going into K-pop,
tall.
like these, yeah, but K-pop, even the guys, they wear like 4-inch boots when they freaking are on stage performing and stuff. You never know if he's in full Doom costume. He has, he could be,
but
you never know.
That video, he was in jeans and shoes, and he was covered up. They were running him.
Misdirection, bro.
So maybe not Doom, but
I don't think it's RDJ. Could be Chris.
I think he's in the movie, but this particular person might not be him.
Could be Chris Evans.
That would be so cool.
Flame on.
That would be cool.
When I saw the legs and like you could kind of get a definition of the legs and stuff. I don't know. I first thought Chris Evans. I
know those calves. Those are Chris Evans calves.
I also thought Ryan Reynolds for a second.
Yeah, no, that would be really cool. I'm gonna flip it on you. I think it's an X-Men.
Which one?
I don't know, but remember Kevin Feige recently said you can expect to see some X-Men in our upcoming movies. So I'm like,
Do you think
this is an alternate
that's in
universe?
Makeup above, like they're in makeup up here? That's why they're covering, because they're not covering the bottom.
Well, that's why I brought it up. Like, it's either a very famous character, so maybe it's like Cyclops and he has the thing on, right?
Yeah.
Or it's a very famous actor, and they don't want people to see who the actor's playing, right? Or
Okay,
something like that. But since Kevin Feige, I was thinking, I was like, man, Kevin Feige did say we're going to see some X-Men coming up in some movies.
Right.
I was like, maybe that's what it is. I mean, the Fantastic Four, they interact with everybody in the comics, right? So, I mean,
I love the fact that whoever it is, they're trying to keep it a secret. Keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't want to know. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because you know what? I can make videos about speculation who I think it might be.
All day long.
Easy, right? And sometimes, it is really cool to not know. Like, even, I've told this story, I'll be brief, but even going into No Way Home, when I was at the premiere, I had a friend who saw it on the East Coast, and it ended before mine started, and they called me up. They're like, do you want to know? And I was like, do I want to know if they're in it? I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're in it. I'm like, do I want to know if I still have a job as a YouTuber after this? Because like I was all in on and I was like, no, don't tell me. And like, not like having that 1% of doubt going into it when I finally saw them, even just a 1% doubt, like it was still just like the coolest thing ever. So yeah, I'm all for keeping everything a secret.
It's so rare for secrets now to be surprised a bunch.
Which is, yeah, I was actually very surprised that they were going to those measures to keep this person a secret, and I really like it, actually. So
like, how is that like their only way of keeping them secret? Like, you just put him in a box that you like the Taylor Swift method, and it's like you just got like a coat over his head. Like, what?
Yeah, I agree too.
I mean,
it may not even be a big deal. It may have been raining, and it was just somebody being nice and putting a coat over their head so their makeup didn't get messed up.
No, it looked like they were hiding. Yeah, no, they looked like they were hiding him.
That'd be cool,
but
I mean,
but they want you to.
No, I mean, there's things they could do, but when you're on an open set outside or going from set to set, you have to go outside. And it has to be quick, right? Like, I mean, sometimes all you can do is throw a blanket over somebody's head.
True, man.
You know?
You guys give us your best guesses. And give us those guesses on all platforms.
Everywhere. Do it, Jimmy.
Spotify,
do the house
YouTube,
do the house
TikTok, Instagram, wherever you follow us, definitely comment. You can comment on every one of those platforms. Get engaged with us. We love to read the comments. And I would like to know who you guys think it is, because you probably have pretty good takes on this stuff as well. So you can follow us everywhere. And if you want the video version, you go to YouTube. That's where you can see our faces, at least two of us. And you can hear Wes, but you can hear him everywhere. But yeah,
it's okay, guys. We haven't seen Wes either. We have no idea.
We haven't either. It's actually really weird. And I've talked about this in the past. Me and Wes have been working together for over a decade, and I've never met him.
That's crazy.
Which is really, really kind of crazy. But yeah, interact with us. And there was something else. Do me a favor. If you can leave a rating, which I know you can on Spotify and I know you can on Apple,
please.
If you guys would, if you enjoy the content and the podcast, would you leave us a rating? Leave us a comment?
Please. Wait, I'm going to specify.
Yeah.
Leave us a good rating.
Well, yeah, please. Please. I think one of them's a 5.
If you enjoy us, leave us a good rating. And
if you don't enjoy us, just close out the browser, or close out the app. And move along.
We've always said we will be 100% honest on this podcast.
And I'm pretty sure one or two of those platforms you actually like rate it like 5-star, 4-star.
I think maybe
like
Apple.
I don't know,
I think it's Apple.
Yeah, I think
so. Please, Apple, that would be cool. All right, second thing today is singing during movies at the theater. The Rock said singing is fine during Moana 2. Lots of people recording other people singing during Wicked.
Yeah, did you guys not see the videos?
No.
Oh, dude, it's a big drama. Okay, so like, there's people that are literally singing. Like, okay, there's like this one point in Wicked where it's like the iconic like singing line from the actual play.
It's from the
yeah. So then someone was like singing it before it happened, and then it happened, and it just completely ruined the moment for a lot of people in the theater.
So you're saying people singing in the theater during a movie?
Yes, during Wicked.
Absolutely not. No.
Time out. I understand. It's only possible for Wicked because it is a very popular musical. I don't know any of the new songs in Moana 2. How would I say?
It doesn't matter. We revert back.
It's unacceptable. No, I don't think that's okay.
And The Rock thinks it is.
Well, so Dwayne isn't in touch with reality, because Dwayne doesn't go pay for his movie tickets and his popcorn and his candy and try to slot in the time to go do this. And maybe you don't want the kids to go and you want to go on a date, or you got to take the kids, or whatever it may be. When you go there, you're there for that. You're not there for what these other people are doing. So absolutely not. And I know Warren agrees with me. Movie etiquette. Watch the movie.
Movie etiquette. So I used to work, my dad forever was in audio video. He did home theaters. The very, very wealthy people of the world can buy into programs to where you can watch the movies that are in the theaters at home in your private theater. And that's what all the celebrities do, right?
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, it's like $15K a movie, isn't it?
It's expensive. That's the thing. Yeah. It's expensive. Right?
So weekend that Wicked comes out, a celeb could watch it in their private theater at their house.
1,000%. Yeah.
NDAs have to be signed and blah 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 blah. You can get seat up the butt, but
wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not just celebrities, it's like just wealthy people.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
My thing is like, okay, if you're going to see a movie that's like the Taylor Swift Eras movie, fine.
Oh, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Right. But that's a concert movie. Yeah. You're going to watch a concert on a screen, essentially.
Yeah.
Like I've done that before. I went and saw the Blackpink concert in the movie theater. We were all singing. But that's different. This is a movie. This isn't like, hey, go watch the Broadway musical and we're going to put it on screen. No, this is a movie, but it's a movie, right? Yeah. They're not just showing you the Broadway musical, which is what these other things do. They show you the tour, right? They're on stage. It's them in concert. This isn't them on stage and you're singing along. This is a movie, like CGI acting scenes out and everything like that. Like
I go back to the
movie etiquette is still
experience
in play.
Like
right.
There's a layer. Now I don't want to go to a nasty movie theater, but there's a layer. There's part of the movie experience is going to the public movie theater to me.
Right.
For me personally, it's like you're going there. There's been 1,000 seats before you. If you're a germaphobe, that's probably not going to get you excited at all. But your feet are where M&Ms and popcorn have been spilling for years, and soda. I don't know. It's something about it. I just see those celebs at the beginning of movies saying, this is to be enjoyed on the big screen in the movie theaters. And now you've got me thinking those dudes are back at their mansion watching it in their little movie theater.
In their big screens and in their theaters. Right?
Yeah.
That's actually a thing is, a lot of celebrities, if they want to go to a premiere of a movie, they can. You just get your publicist to get you tickets. And, when a publicist of who's ever running the premiere goes, hey, The Rock wants to come to your movie premiere. Yeah, absolutely. How many tickets does he need?
Or like Tom Cruise, who tries to like sneak in and watch it private.
Well, right. There's the thing where it's like some can sneak in and do that stuff like that. Or like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, since they couldn't be at the premiere for No Way Home, they went and saw it at like a local theater and stuff, right?
Now that's cool.
I mean, obviously.
That's cool.
Right. Yeah, it's really cool.
This next topic is not cool because I know nothing about it, so I'm just going to shut up and actually, you know what? You guys talk about this topic. No, because I actually want to order my sushi while I'm on. I don't want to mute myself. I want you guys to be part of my sushi order. So, Arcane show. I don't know what it is. I'm going to order sushi here in a minute for the family. And I'm
oh my gosh. Okay. So, first of all,
I thought it was a Pokemon.
Arcanine, Jimmy.
Arcane.
I'll give it to you. It's similar.
You take out the N, you put a D. We're talking about arcades. I mean, no.
Wes, do we have the comment?
Chocolate frogs, bro. Chocolate frogs. The crap you two talk about. The crap you two talk about.
I got it. Adrian Crockford. Why you not talking about Arcane? Be good to hear your thoughts. I've watched all of it. Season 1, Season 2, all acts of Season 2. We won't go into spoilers, especially because Wes has only seen one episode of Season 2.
Or just like part of the second. So like the first episode and then part of the second episode. Great animation. I will say
in Season 1 or Season 2?
Season 1.
Oh, so
my
you're like,
first
okay,
experience, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm intrigued though.
So sadly, I play League of Legends, and most League players will know why I say sadly. Oh, it's just that constant can't end on a loss type of thing.
I love this game. Why am I so angry?
Exactly. It's just like constant rage, especially if you play ranked. Now you got me thinking.
Arcanine?
Like Arcanine. So Arcane is a tale of League of Legends, but here's what's really interesting is League has like really grand lore. Like it's a lot. There's a ton of characters and there's like really deep lore. Like I like franchises that have lore like that, like the Lord of the Rings. Like I love the lore of the Lord of the Rings. And this is kind of like that. It's a little bit more kind of magical. So what's interesting is Arcane just kind of follows one kind of region is I guess what I'll call it. And there's a lot of other regions out there with a lot of other characters. So it's interesting because I heard that they might be doing some other shows about the other regions. And that makes me think like, well, then maybe they'll bring them all together for like an Avengers Endgame, big battle League of Legends movie or something like that, which I think would be really cool. But I loved Season 1. I thought it was really good. Season 2, I thought got kind of complex. And I know a lot of people who are like, I'm not following it, is what they would say. And sometimes it does get pretty confusing to where you might have to just like watch an episode over again. But the lore is still really cool. They've got a lot of the League characters in there. They have a lot of characters in there that aren't from the League of Legends lore, at least that I don't know. But it's really cool. The animation style is... Have you seen the animation style for it, Jimmy? No. Just
no.
look while I talk. Look at the trailer for it.
Nothing about what you're talking about, right? I know League of Legends, but I don't know anything.
So this is it's a show based on the League of Legends characters and the lore.
You seem into it, which I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's a little different than the lore from the show, but I think you kind of have to be right when you're writing a movie or show. You can't just be exactly the same. But it's really cool. They're exploring, some really, really popular characters. And I like it so far. I'm curious to see where they go with it. I'm curious to see if they are going to do kind of like a big cinematic universe type of thing. No, it's not even a cinematic universe. It's just like doing other shows that cover other parts of the same world. I guess that is a cinematic universe in a way. Yeah. But I mean, I've really liked it so far. In Season 2, there were some episodes where I was kind of like, okay, you're kind of losing me a little bit. but overall it was pretty epic. Like it's a pretty great show. So
we'll revisit it on like episode 77.
Yeah,
mark it down,
wasn't the second
everybody.
one the last season?
77.
Mark it down.
Isn't the season 2 like the final season?
I would be surprised. Maybe it's the final season of this specific area. Then they're going to do some other ones.
Yeah, I think
and
that's
then
what-
bring it all.
I think that's what I read. I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah, I'm reading. No, there won't be a season 3, but there's probably gonna be another show that's like in the same.
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right. So that's what I think they're doing, and they'll probably revisit and group them all together because
It'll
there's
be an
like
anthology.
war. Yeah. I hope so, because there's like wars that happen, between cities and regions and stuff like that. I want to see it all. So
Okay.
So yeah. Jimmy's just like, no idea. Jimmy, go watch a trailer. Speaking of trailers, they dropped the Snow White trailer.
Yeah, I watched it.
Wes, did you watch it?
I just watched it on the top monitor just now. I watched it. Yeah.
So I've already disregarded this movie.
Me too.
So
Me too.
And that's probably not right. And some of you will probably be like, that's not fair, Jimmy. You disregard it without watching it. That's not how you're supposed to do it.
I mean,
I don't like anything or any vibe that I have gotten from any news or any actress in this movie so far.
Well, and especially when the actress who's playing Snow White, Rachel Zegler,
doesn't even want to be Snow White.
Basically said, this isn't Snow White.
Yeah.
This isn't the Snow White story. So I'm like, okay, so make your own movie.
Yeah. I'm just.
Yeah.
Why isn't this Snow? Because
it's not about love. It's about her empowering Journey.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but
trailers are marketing. You're marketing like a trailer for a movie is like, hey, you should watch the movie. This is the reason. If the trailer's not good, we're not going to see the movie.
Yeah.
Right. That's the whole thing. Is I actually like watching the trailer. I wouldn't say like I wrote it off, but then I watched the trailer and I was like, I'm not going to watch this. Yeah. Well, now I'm definitely not going to theater to watch it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd even watch, because I haven't watched half of the live action ones for like very nostalgic specific reasons. I want to keep a lot of these. I don't want them tarnished by these new live action things. I just want to remember the old ones that I grew up with.
Yep,
and I'm going to keep that the same way for Snow White. I went in on a few, like I actually really liked Aladdin. I thought that was pretty
solid,
good. Yeah, but it gets hard when you like Mufasa. Like I've seen the trailer and sometimes I'm like, ooh, CGI is a little. I'm like, but it's talking lions, right? What do you?
I don't know like why they have to go with like the hyper realistic like lions for that. Like even the other animation as well. Like the Lilo and Stitch looks fine. I don't know if you guys saw that trailer as well. There's a
I did. I actually thought it was good.
Also,
the How to Train Your Dragon one looks really good.
Insane, yeah.
That one looks really good.
I don't know if I finished How to Train Your Dragon, like the original movie, but that's probably one of the live actions that I will see.
So good.
Well, like apparently, like I haven't watched Big.
Well,
Hero
yeah,
6
because
either.
the movie came out like 8 years ago or something like that. Yeah. Like it's not a classic childhood thing that I grew up with.
Let's stick with the fairy tale real quick. I want to talk about this. I know we didn't have it slotted, but so Wicked.
Yes.
We want to go watch it. My daughters want to watch. I want to watch it. I want to see. I saw some videos on how it actually links in with the timeline of Wizard of Oz. I'm interested in all that backstory of the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch of the West and the East and all that stuff. So I want to watch it. But every interview that has came out with Ariana Grande and the other, I don't know her name, the Wicked Witch of the West, the green face witch. Do you know her name? Anybody know her name?
Cynthia Erivo?
Erivo.
That's Erivo. Cynthia Erivo.
Every interview that has been shown is this Hunger Games vibe of this like sad tone, sad music. They cry the entire time. They're holding hands. Ariana's wiping tears off of her, telling her it's going to be okay. It's like this huge
Gonna be okay
emotional thing. And they'll start off by saying, we don't want it to be about us. It's about the fans. And they literally make these interviews. It's really weird. It's like you're in the Hunger Games and dude is interviewing you as you're about to be in the Hunger Games and he knows you're going to die. And he's like, how you feeling today? And that's the ominous tone these interviews get. And it gets to a point where I'm like, why are we losing touch with what this is? If you're happier, it makes you emotional that you played this character and you think it's going to connect with girls or boys or people that love Wizard of Oz. That's fantastic. But they don't do that. They take it and they reverse it, and it's literally all about them and how their trials and tribulations of doing this show or whatever, or being this actor.
I see.
And I'm really over it. It's a movie.
It's throwing you off, huh?
Yeah, it's a fairy
I haven't
tale.
seen any.
And
I haven't seen any.
You got the gift of being able to go get paid to pretend
a lot of money
to be somebody in a fairy tale. It's not that serious. And I know some people are gonna be like, well, Jimmy, you're tone deaf, or you're not understanding the deeper reason they're so emotional or upset. No, I probably don't. But at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a happy movie. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this, but I see it more. It's same with Rachel Zegler and Snow White. Why is she playing Snow White? She doesn't even like Snow White. She doesn't like anything about the premise of Snow White. So why would you make her your kind of ambassador for Snow White? It's weird. Go watch those interviews. You'll be like, what is happening here?
I will say, I don't know anything about Cynthia Erivo, but I did see that. I saw this whole thing. It was like it was a super big deal for some reason. Somebody redid the poster for Wicked.
Saw that. She got
and they matched it to the Broadway. All they did was match it to where it looked exactly like the Broadway one. And she said this was the most offensive thing anyone's ever done to me, or something like that. I was like, grow up. I was like, all they did was recreate the poster. It had nothing to do with you.
The Broadway poster is the most popular vision of Wicked out
right,
the world.
Exactly. And all they did was try to capture that. Just a little bit. It didn't have anything to do with, oh, I want to cover this woman's eyes and blah, 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 blah. No, they just wanted to make it look exactly like the poster.
Right.
And I got mad. I was like, that's so dumb. Way to just completely overact about nothing. Right.
Way to make a character about you.
Right. Exactly.
It's not about you. It's about
I think
your
a lot
character.
I am, at least, and I've seen a lot of people out there really getting tired of some of these actors just really trying to make it about themselves, push their own agendas, change a bunch of things. And that's why I'm not seeing Snow White, because I'm really over that type of stuff.
You know what I'll say? We're talking about it, and it's a press tour, and we're talking about it. We're talking about it.
I guess. I haven't seen any of the interviews, so I'm not really sure what
it's like. It's like a self-indulgent circle jerk. Like that's
exactly. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
But,
it's like a self-indulgent, somber circle jerk.
Yeah.
It's almost they're like they're at an AA meeting and they're talking. I'm not joking, man. It's weird.
They're really weird. Like
I'll have to watch some when Jimmy orders his food.
Yeah,
but
dude.
you know, anytime you make anything super about yourself, it does hit people the wrong way, right? In like really anything.
I agree.
Because I was watching my buddies, just the nobodies, good friends of mine. They are doing Disney Surfers. Like they brought that thing back after forever, and they're doing it. They just talked to The Rock about it, and a lot of people from Moana too. I'm like, that's really, really cool. And they interviewed The Rock, and The Rock said something along the lines of like being able to inspire a bunch of people, right? Like, you know, with the culture and everything like that. I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. He's talking about the movie, how he hopes it does inspire people, educates people, blah, blah, blah. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm Maui. I'm so glad to be back as Maui because I'm the best Maui. No one else could have played Maui but me.
So hard. They couldn't have done.
I am playing Maui in live action. That's how Maui I am. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I didn't see the interviews, but
the last one they did, they started the interview and the lady's like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, "Oh, we've cried like 7 times so far. We had a quick 30-second cry before we walked in the room, and we're good now." And then they say something, and Ariana Grande just, "Oh my god!" It like falls to the floor, and they're like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" She's going, "I just gotta get it out. I gotta cry." And then she goes, "It's weird. It's so weird.
It's got to be a bit, bro."
It's so weird.
I was gonna say, I mean, I understand you get emotional. You're like, hey, I can't believe we're doing this. We're on a press tour, but Ariana Grande, you're as big as they come.
It's
I mean,
weird, dude.
You're
It's
Taylor
so
Swift status,
and
right?
anytime the other girl cries Ariana like takes her knuckle and she wipes the tears off the girl's face with her knuckle. All right, let's move on.
Theater kids, bro.
Sonic 3 trailer.
Well, I haven't seen this one.
No,
Yes.
I haven't seen this one either.
I've seen the first one.
We should react to it.
We're gonna react to it.
We reacted to the first one.
We did.
Right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. All I know is I'm super stoked for Shadow.
Yeah. So here,
yeah.
guys,
And,
watch TikTok and Instagram because we're going to react to that after this podcast. We
Podcast.
haven't watched it.
do it.
Podcast.
Just do it.
James Gunn says the DCU release schedule won't be like Marvel because nothing is greenlit before we have a finished script. Wild concept, right? James Gunn is preaching the good word.
Yes.
That's how it should
King.
be. And what he's throwing Marvel, and it's not just Marvel. He's throwing a lot of them under the bus. He's
Everybody.
saying they have these
Hollywood.
timelines and deadlines and shareholders, and they're held to them. And it doesn't matter. You have to have something in that slot, and that's why we've gotten the downward spiral of content. And if he is going the other way with it, the DCU, dude, I hope in 3 years we've got them right up with each other, and it's like, man, it's just MCU versus.
I think
DCU.
we do. I really do.
I hope so.
I really, really do. I think James Gunn's gonna knock it out of the park. And
I
you
do
know what?
too.
I like what he does because even I saw today, there was some rumor going around about like the studio doesn't like the new trailer, so the people in charge, the studio told the editors to redo it or something like that. And then somebody added James Gunn because that's what people do because he responds sometimes. And they're like, is this true? And he was like, well, yes and no. I am the studio. There is no one ahead of DC Studios besides me and Peter. And yeah, I told them to edit some things a different way because I want the best possible version of the trailer that we can get.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's what every studio should do. Every time you should do the best thing you possibly can do. So, but I just love how he came out and said that, just kind of like, he addressed the rumor. He's like, I'm the top, right? Like I'm in charge of DC Studios. And yes, I want the trailer to be better. I want it edited a little bit differently. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is like really cool. And it does show how much he really cares. Not only does he care to do the trailers better, but he's online interacting with fans, which I think a lot of people
100%.
find really cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, dude.
But with them not, go ahead.
No, I was saying like, Peter Safran and James Gunn together, like you've got James, who's like the creative guy who's like, is going to make sure that this, like whatever happens is as good as possible. Then you got Peter Safran. That's kind of like the suit guy. He's like the main tank almost.
Yeah.
And like, as long as he can continue main tanking and shielding WB from screwing anything up,
Right.
then I'm happy. I'm
just
chilling.
let us do it, guys. And I'm sure there's been a lot of talk, and this goes back into the whole not green lighting anything till the script's completely done. I'm sure there's a lot of talk of like, look, just let us do it our way. We have a whole plan. You don't want another past DCEU that you did where it's just kind of a mess and blah 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 blah. Just let us do it. And yeah, they got a good plan. They really do. And they shouldn't greenlight anything until the scripts. Look at Blade.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. Just look at Blade, right? I mean, and now it's indefinitely delayed, although there's talks about a secret project about the film in the UK. That could be it. And now they're like, all right, let's not say anything anymore because we really have no idea. But I just think that's a perfect example of why you shouldn't unless the script is done.
Dude, I want them to just like randomly drop a trailer for Blade. Like I don't want to know anything
right. They don't
about
tell
it.
anybody.
They just
like
hot drop the trailer. That would be so sick, wouldn't it?
Does
Mahershala Ali?
No, the other one.
Wesley Snipes?
I can't remember his name. Snipes, yes. Does Snipes show up in Mahershala Ali's Blade? Some multiverse component to it?
That would be really cool. Maybe like Deadpool.
They're completely redoing the script. They're completely redoing the script.
I don't think he does.
We're in the multiverse saga.
I don't think he
Maybe
does.
Deadpool shows up with him and he's like, "Here, take this guy," and then it's like, "There's only going to be one Blade," and he's like, "I'm not here."
I don't think we're getting Blade in the multiverse saga, personally.
You don't think?
Really?
I mean, there's a chance. There's certainly a chance.
I think it happens.
That window is closing.
The window is closing. That is the thing. If it's not that secret unscheduled project that they're working on, then it's not. Yeah, I don't think it comes up.
I agree.
True.
I really don't.
Ben Stiller says there's no shot Tropic Thunder gets made today in today's time. Ben Stiller is 100% right. No.
Well, okay,
I will say,
hold on.
over the last 3 weeks since the election's done, I have seen a shift in tone on a lot
I think
of
we've
things.
seen that for a while though.
No, I've seen it.
I think people are
up.
becoming braver in general and being less afraid of being
It's definitely
canceled
getting
for liking stuff.
it's getting revved up though. Can we all agree?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and say I agree with this, but only because I don't think Hollywood would make it. I think people would watch it. I don't think the studios would
He
make
was
it.
he was
They would
talking
get
about you
greenlit.
can't. He was specifically talking about the days of the edgy humor.
Oh no, he
behind us.
Well, didn't he just recently say something like woke culture killed edgier humor? He just said something literally
that's what it
along
was.
those
That's what
lines.
it was,
Yeah, he said woke culture killed edgy comedy.
Now there is
Look that
edgy
up for me,
comedy out
Wes.
there. I've
Yeah,
watched
exactly.
some Netflix comedy things that are really edgy, like lately.
I mean,
Well, that's what I'm
Anthony
saying, like-
Jeselnik is like the most edgy motherfucker, you know.
Anthony
But there's
Jeselnik?
also Anthony
I know that
Jeselnik.
name.
Yeah,
I know that name.
he's a
I don't know
comedian.
that.
He's really funny, very dark humor. Like we're talking like really like the Fire at the Maternity Ward was one of his specials. But
Oh, gotcha.
but I mean, there's South Park. That's my only thing. South Park.
Yeah.
How has South Park stood the test of time? They don't care. They don't care.
I that's why I say, like, I think the only reason he says that, in my mind at least, is because
He's the money,
studios
right?
won't make it.
Yeah,
But they also
Studios
they
won't
don't-
touch it.
They
Studios
don't
won't touch it.
care, Wes, but they also have to have a studio or a platform to put it on. They have to have somebody that says, "Okay,
But Netflix will take it.
we'll go with it."
I'm sure Netflix would take it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think people would like it.
100%.
I think everyone just needs to relax a little bit more.
I would
Yeah.
say
I mean-
5 years ago, 4 years ago, definitely no. Maybe
I think with the nostalgia of Tropic Thunder 1, that's in everybody. You talk to anybody who's seen Tropic Thunder, that's in their top 5.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh,
Booty
it's
sweat.
amazing.
Yeah, like anybody you talk about Tropic Thunder,
They're
they like.
filming this
Booty
old
sweat.
war movie.
I don't know if a
I'm
single person
thirsty.
hated
Might
it.
as well drink some of this
Some of
booty
booty
sweat I got
sweat.
back into Nam.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, I think that like, I think if they did it, I mean, you know, maybe some of the actors wouldn't do it because of their careers and their other future endeavors, but I think if they greenlit it today, it would happen and it would sell like crazy. It's a
I agree.
unique idea, you know.
Would they redo it with the same cast, or you're talking about just new cast?
Just a sequel, bro.
Oh, a sequel.
Just
Yeah,
do
no,
another
I
one.
would love a sequel.
I want the same cast. I want RDJ.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
what I'm
Ben
saying. I would
Stiller,
love a
I want
sequel
Jack
with the
Black.
same cast.
Yeah. I want all those
I
guys.
think it would be
It'd be
hilarious.
funny. All right, Kraven the Hunter director hopes the film can wash away some of the negative reactions to Sony's Marvel universe, saying, "Give our film a chance." Well, that's not your fault, Mr. Director. But that is Sony's fault. That's the reason you're even saying that. I did see something saying that post-credit scenes, nothing connecting to Spider-Man, nothing connecting to the
There's no
MCU.
post credits. Yeah, there's
No post-credit scenes, which I think
At
is
all, yeah.
fantastic. I'm going to go watch this just for the movie as itself, and
Exactly.
with zero expectations otherwise. And maybe it'll be a good movie. That's right.
I think it'll be the best to come from them.
Totally agree.
that's not saying a lot, but yeah.
It's not, and that's why
But
it's a
again-
safe statement.
Again, if
I
you
just
have
go
to
back.
say-
How do you green light and gold? I say gold, like gold disc, like a video game. Madam Web to the public. How do you even do that?
Well, I wasn't ever a really big Dakota Johnson fan, but I do
I'm
really
not-
like her character when it came to everything that.
I'm not harping
that-
on her.
No, I'm not either. No, I'm actually like in her corner on this.
Yeah.
She came out and said a lot, and I was like, good for you. Like, really, like, and I can't say I don't like this, like her, just the movies that she's been in, I haven't quite enjoyed. But she came out and she was like, dogging on Sony. I was like, good for you. People need to. And she was straight up like, the Sony executives have no idea what the fans want. And she straight up said, this is to the point. The script that I saw in the beginning was nothing like what we shot that was finalized that you saw in the theaters.
Well, they were.
I think Sony tries to convince these people that they're like about to be a part of the MCU.
I agree.
I think they tricked them.
Isn't the whole thing like with Sony making these swap? Isn't it to retain the copyright?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
isn't
They
this-
have to do. They have to do.
So-
Right, they have to do a certain amount of movies.
Yeah, so
But
like that's
also,
all it is. Like
It
what I
wasn't.
think
It wasn't tricking the actor. It was also tricking us. I mean, we got the
but,
trailer
like,
thinking
the
we're
The
getting
trailers
Spider
were
Women,
very misleading.
yeah,
and then we get one of the
Yeah,
worst
true.
villains we've ever had in a comic adaptation.
And the the voice dubs were
Voice
off.
dubs,
Like
the
there was so
CGI
much
was so bad,
just
so bad.
bad about and they even came out and said, oh well, we wanted Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but the timeline didn't line up, so we wanted Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but something didn't happen.
No, Tom and
telling you,
Andrew, like, nah, I'm good. I'll go with
I'm telling you, that original script had them in it, probably had Spider-Man fighting, alongside. I'm like, I believe her when she says the script that she read and agreed to do was nothing like what we saw on camera.
No,
The Sony executives just get in the way.
I think
I agree with her. They have no idea what the fans want.
I think Kraven the Hunter will be the cleanest of them all, for sure.
Yeah, I think they're so busy with trying to retain the rights that they don't care. Like they just
I 100% agree. But Kraven does look good. It does look good.
Yeah.
It looks good.
The second trailer, the first one was a little bit mid, the first trailer, but the second, dude, like I'm in. But like,
I actually thought the first was pretty good, but the second was really good.
Yeah. Do I like? Am I gonna care about like the future of Kraven the Hunter in the Sony Spider-Verse? No, I don't.
I don't think.
Yeah, you definitely have to watch it for what it is, like a one-off.
I don't think you're supposed to worried about the
Yeah.
future. I think just go watch it as a one-off.
Anthony Taylor Johnson, like
totally.
GOAT, like he's a great actor.
Russell Crowe. I mean,
yeah.
Segueing into worried about the future, HBO standing by J.K. Rowling's involvement in the Harry Potter TV show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wes, what's your opinion?
W. I think that you
like J.K. Rowling?
Like obviously her views are her views. I don't really care. Like, listen, I don't care what she says. I want her to write the Harry Potter shit and put it on the paper and give us more of that.
Yep.
I don't care about anything else she's doing. Just give us the wizards, dog. I don't care. Like, yeah, you have got like awful opinions.
So some people would argue back at you and say, Wes, you can't do that. You can't separate the person from what they're doing. That's the person, and you're supporting that person.
Watch me.
Like, listen, you're not gonna take out you're not gonna get rid of Harry Potter for me. Like straight up, like you're not gonna take.
That's the whole thing.
No, it's mine.
That's the whole thing. Is I love Harry Potter. I love all the movies. I love and
it's so much more than
I always
her
call
as well.
it lore.
Like,
right. That's the thing. To me, it's just more. It's more than her. It's not like, yes, she created it and did all that stuff, but what I care about is what I see on screen and how I feel with that. Right.
So that is
when I'm watching
pushback. That's the pushback. That's what
I don't care because when I'm watching
I'm not saying
the
it in a negative.
shows,
That's the circle, the trend changing. That's the pushback. I can separate this person who may be immoral or may have way different views that I don't agree with to a degree that's really bad, but I'm still going to support my IP that I know and love.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, people wouldn't let you separate those.
Exactly.
They would make you put those together. Video games, I see it all the time in video games. And now you have people like, no, I can't separate it. She could be a shitty person, but I love Harry Potter.
Yeah. That's where this whole cancel culture and that's where it ends. But
I think it's getting old.
Yeah, and the same goes for the other side.
It's getting played out.
And the same goes for the other side as well. Like the whole complaining about woke, the boy who cried woke, like that whole thing. Like we're seeing it on both sides. That people are just sick and tired of the division, and they just want to enjoy cool shit. Like that's all they want.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like if the Rachel Zegler stuff, if she was just like, oh, we're creating a new character and she doesn't need this and blah, 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 I would have been like, that's cool.
Yeah, and it could
because it's not Snow White.
It could still be a good movie.
Like it's a movie on its own. I'd been like, cool. What's the movie? What are we doing here? Is she a killer warrior? What's going on? Like totally. Yeah. But it's Snow White. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. To me, I don't watch Harry Potter. I'm like the whole entire time. I'm like, J.K. Good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just in it. So I've expressed. We've been talking about this since maybe the first podcast. Me and Wes have been super nervous about the HBO Harry Potter series. Yeah. Now that she's a part of it, I'm far less nervous.
If she has creative control, you don't or creative control to a degree, you don't have to be nervous.
Well, here's the whole thing.
And she will protect her IP.
Exactly. But here's also the thing, and this is kind of funny. It's going against what Wes just said about the people who cry woke. But in Hollywood, they do push certain agendas, and they
1,000%.
can get right. So they can get in the way of things, right? Because they
100%.
have their DEI and stuff like that.
And
And
this
don't
is
get me wrong, there's
WB as
nothing
well.
wrong with inclusion,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. And inclusion's a great thing, but
Mhm.
I've always maintained you have to focus on the story first. You can't just base it off a certain sex or a certain race, or unless the story is very dependent upon that. But focus on the story first, add in the DEI and the inclusion, all that stuff in there after the fact. But the story has to be the main focus. And J.K. Rowling will not let them push any agenda that she does not want.
Won't.
I agree.
So that's
All
why
right.
I'm really happy
Harry
about
Potter's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Hit or miss.
Okay, let's go. Hit or miss time.
Guess they never miss, huh?
Okay, guys, hit or miss. You got your stuff?
For sure.
Ready.
Let's get it going, dudes. Let's get it going. We got a pretty good, hit or miss segment. Okay, Jimmy, ready?
I think so.
Jimmy's
He's looking at the green again. He's like, the green is changing
ready.
again. It's changing.
No.
The green
My
changed.
mic was changed. My mic's doing that auto, like it's going on its own.
That's fine. Okay, let's send it. Okay, hit or miss, guys. Fortnite live events. Pretty topical, right? The podcast is going live probably around when a live event is going down.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Remix finale.
You guys
Chapter
ready?
6. Yeah.
Chapter 6, dude.
Hit.
Both
They're
hit
hit.
thumbs
W.
up here.
Fortnite paved. Fortnite is the originator of live events. Like they
Yeah.
the ones
Has
that
anything?
perfected it.
What else has done a live?
There's
event?
like,
I
there's
don't
been
know.
like,
There's
probably
been
WoW.
There's been
like-
WoW and Call of Duty live events, but Fortnite's the one that like took
I mean,
it to
they took it to
the
a-
next level.
And then
Yeah,
there's
they
like,
have-
yeah.
Global
They've had
live
some crazy
events.
cool
It's
events.
a hit. It's
Yeah.
a hit.
Yep.
Totally.
Okay, next up, hit or miss. Marvel's Disney Plus strategy. We're talking about the strategy in general.
You think they have a strategy?
I mean,
I
it's
think that strategy has changed a lot.
Oh,
it's
dude.
been a miss over the last couple years for sure.
I'm not talking
say
about
it's-
the shows. I'm talking about the strategy, right?
Yeah.
I think the strategy itself has been a miss, but I also think that's because it has changed a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think they really knew. I mean, because let's be honest, like it's hard when you go from just making movies and all of a sudden, hey, we need you to do 4 shows a year. It's like, okay,
I
we've
agree.
never really done
Mhm.
that. It's hard, right? And of course, it changes, and you get the feel for it, and now they're like, yeah, we're hoping to do 3 movies a year, 2 shows a year, blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, like you're getting a grasp on it.
I
And it's
just hate
also
that
hard
they-
when you have to weave it into a cinematic universe, right? So
Mhm.
it's like,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like conundrum, But like my also I like that show as well, but like, it kind of like after the first season was like, like they try to enter it or, keep it connected, but then there's like, we can't do
Right.
it anymore,
right.
But yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
that, yeah, I just think like them releasing stuff, like I hate the whole thing, like you're getting 2 TV shows and 3 movies. Like, no, can we just like give us the shows whenever you're ready?
That
Like,
started out sounding great in the very beginning, like COVID time. We're like, yes, we're gonna have so much content, and then we didn't realize what the cost was.
Well,
everything.
yeah, especially when in the beginning it's like 6 shows a year. It's like, whoa,
Hold us
calm
What are we,
down.
CBS?
We've
like,
got Marvel
yeah.
everywhere.
right, and then we hear like, yeah, Kevin Feige stretched pretty thin. Like, oh, I wonder why? Because you have
Yeah.
movies on top of that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay, next up, guys, hit or miss, the Fallout TV show.
This is easy.
I didn't watch it. Sorry.
It's a huge hit. Huge
Did you
hit.
play
It-
Fallout back in the day?
You should watch it, dude.
No, I haven't played
Even-
Fallout.
okay,
It's
even
not.
if you-
It's not
yeah.
super grotesque. I mean, there's some pretty raw parts, but it's
No,
not
I mean,
like
I know what it is.
not
Yeah,
like
I
gore
want to watch it.
grotesque.
I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah,
You'll
even
like
if you
it.
haven't
It's
watched
good.
the Fallout, like I would
I
personally
like the main
recommend-
guy who.
Yeah, and then Ella as well. Ella Purnell, great character.
Oh yeah, I like her
it's
too.
good.
Yeah. I would say like if you haven't played Fallout 3, play it first and then watch the show. But if you don't
Play
want
the
to play
third
it,
one first.
yeah, Fallout 3.
I
That's
don't-
seriously, yeah.
If you want to catch the references and Easter eggs, go play the game. But you don't have to have
You don't
played a
have to,
Fallout
at
game
all.
to enjoy this show.
Yeah.
It
But it
holds its
stays
own.
true to the source material.
It
Yeah,
holds its
yeah.
own. It'll tell you.
See,
it'll tell you the story.
That's how you know it's good, when you can really appreciate it if you play the game, but you don't have to play the
Exactly.
game to appreciate a good show. That's how you know it's good.
Yep. Jonathan Nolan as well. The GOAT.
Yep.
Okay, next up, hit or miss, The Office.
That's a huge hit. Why are we even put? Don't. No way. No way.
I've
Is
got to
this-
take after you guys are done.
The Office.
Really? Hold up your little card. Confirm.
I don't get it.
Confirm.
Well,
Lock it in.
because no, because it's obviously a hit, right? It's not a necessarily a hit for me, but it's a hit overall. It's like a pop culture icon.
No. It's
for you.
hit for you.
That's not how we have always done this.
Yes, it is.
We've always done it kind of like for pop culture in general.
We did that with overrated, underrated. Hit or miss has been straight up. Do you like it or not?
I don't.
You blasphemy.
I've got a take now.
But what's really funny is I like Parks and Rec a lot.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
What's your take?
My take. The UK Office, million times better. Ricky Gervais, the GOAT.
Yeah,
this whole
hilarious.
US.
What
Office
about
thing
the
is
Office
boring.
reboot?
Don't care.
Is there an
if
Office
Ricky
reboot?
Gervais is showing
actually
up?
happening?
Yeah.
With Steve Carell?
No. But
Yeah,
he did an interview. He did an interview and they said, "Are you going to show up?" And he's like,
So I guess I've only seen the whole thing once, and the reason for that is I could never really get through the first couple of seasons, and everyone's like, "You got to get past that. Like it gets really good in these other seasons." And maybe it was just I had such because I literally tried to watch the first season. I'd be like, I can't finish it. I'd watch the first again and then the second. I'd be like, I can't finish this. And I did that so many times before I actually was like, all right, fine. I'll just watch it to watch it. So maybe I just had a bad attitude going into it, but I genuinely just don't find it that funny. Obviously, it has some really funny moments, but overall, I don't think it's that funny.
All right, guys, you heard it here first.
The UK Office, million times better.
UK Office is funny.
The GOAT.
All right.
Ricky Gervais is hilarious.
Yep. Okay, next up. Hit or miss, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Most disliked Call of Duty trailer in history.
Was that the running on the walls one? I don't remember.
Well, it wasn't the first, but yeah. Well, yeah, it was the first running on the walls.
It
wasn't. No,
it had something. First jetpack one or something?
Was the
So Infinite Warfare was when people wanted boots on the ground back. We had already gotten Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, and people were hoping for boots on the ground, and then they hit them with the sci-fi trailer where they're wall running and thrust jumping, and it got the most dislikes.
That's what I remember then. That's what I remember. Gotcha.
It didn't really stand a chance like out of the gate, so I'm going to say it was a miss when it launched. But I'm also going to say over time, which a lot of Call of Duties do, there have been people that have gone back and appreciated things about it. Now, the Infinite Warfare campaign is a huge hit. It's probably a top 3 Call of Duty campaign, which is saying something because there's a lot of good Call of Duty campaigns out there. So
I can't even remember it, so I'm gonna go miss. But I mean, I've enjoyed playing every Call. Well, okay, so hit because I've enjoyed playing every Call of Duty, but I don't really remember it.
It's the one.
It was wild. You had all the variants and variant weapons.
Jon Snow in the campaign.
Yeah, Jon Snow was the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. No,
Conor McGregor was a bad guy in it.
Ew.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right.
He's a bad guy in real life too. Okay, next up, guys. Hit or miss. Pokemon the movie 2000.
Oh my gosh, emotional damage.
Jimmy.
Gosh,
I don't think I've seen it.
You've never
when
seen...
Mew and Mewtwo fight each other and Ash turns into stone.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a remastered on Netflix. Watch it.
Yes.
Watch it. Watch it with Grady. You know, get all the kiddos. Watch the movie. It's really good.
Man, I remember going to the theater and you could get an ancient Mew Pokemon card by going to watch it.
You remember like what was it? I think it was like McDonald's or Burger King that was doing those like the balls.
The balls
for
with the little gold with the gold.
Yeah.
Wasn't that for the movie or was that just for Pokemon?
I don't know.
No, I think it was for the movie. Or it might have just been in general. But yeah. Awesome times though, man. Oh, awesome times.
Yep. Okay, next.
Fantastic.
Hit or miss. Miss Marvel.
I love Miss Marvel as the actress, but it was mid.
Oh, the show or the character?
The show.
As a character.
The show, yeah.
You know, it started off really good, but I think around like the 4th episode, the writing just got really bad.
Yeah, it's a miss.
So it ended as a miss for me, but Amon Vellani as Miss Marvel is amazing. So she
carried it. Also, her family carried it. Her and her family were really funny.
Right, and she carried the movie, The Marvels.
Yeah, she did.
So Miss Marvel's awesome. The show could have been better.
Mid, yeah.
Okay. Next up, hit or miss, the Nintendo 64 controller.
It's top 3, bro. Top 3.
Because it's got 3 little handles.
Top 3. Did you ever notice that the Wii things were The middle. That was
Yep.
it. That was the middle of the 64
The
trophy.
nunchuck part,
Oh,
or
yeah.
which one was it?
Yeah,
I
the
don't remember.
Joy-Con, or
Right.
not the original, whatever they were called.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the little thing. Yeah.
Dude, it just fit in the thumb. It just
I mean, that was like those were just the glory days,
they
man.
were. There's so many
Yeah.
glory days.
Have
Don't
you
get
seen
me
the
started.
remade? Wait, I
That's
think you
one of
have
them.
seen the remade.
You
Nintendo
talking about the
64
N64, the,
Bro,
the 4K one that's coming out?
Yeah, 4K one?
with the
Mm,
controller
Yeah.
as well? Yeah. That,
And it's what, like $250 or $450 or
Yeah.
something like that?
and you're not gonna be able to get
Dude.
it because it's impossible to get those things.
because
I know,
bots
but
and
I'm
scalpers are gonna have them.
I'm gonna try to get one.
Me too.
Man. Like,
Me too.
yeah.
Okay, next up, hit or miss, and this is kind of like a segue. Okay, the MonsterVerse,
Like Godzilla.
It was a-
Godzilla, Kong, just overall.
So, wasn't there initially supposed to be what was the one Brad Pitt was in the? He was in the Mummy, and that was supposed to be the beginning of the
Like Brad
new
Pitt and the Mummy, that was Tom Cruise, I thought.
or
Tom
Tom Cruise,
Cruise.
sorry, but that
Yeah.
was supposed to be the beginning of a
Of the
monster
dark-
verse.
Like
that
a
was the
mummy
Dark
birth type of
Paramount.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did that
this-
never
It's
happen? Nothing
completely
else?
different. No, nothing ever did come of it, but this is completely different.
So this
He's
is,
talking about Godzilla and Kong.
I mean,
Yeah,
we go watch them and they're fun. They're fun to watch.
No, Jimmy. Remember, this isn't what the population thinks. This is what you think. I had to do it for the office. Look at him smile. He knows. I mean, his son loves.
I know he's gonna watch this, and
And he's gonna watch both of us.
I'm
do
gonna say what I said last time. I enjoy the experience with Grady. I'm not personally connected to
I'm not.
Kong and Godzilla, but my son is. I respect that, and he would hold it green. I'm gonna hold it red.
If you asked me if it's in general a hit or a miss, it's a hit because people love that stuff. And
It's a
totally,
financial
like,
hit.
if you love it, awesome for you. I'm happy you like it. I personally, like Jimmy, I don't connect with it
I'm
very
not
well.
vested. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't get
vested.
invested in it. Yeah. I mean, I've watched every one of them though, and it's a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Godzilla and Kong are gonna be in Fortnite. They're gonna be
Yeah.
big bosses around the map.
And
Yeah.
Big Hero 6 Betamax.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie. I was roasted for not seeing it.
All right, guys, we have probably the darkest theory we've ever had. This is a Star Wars podcast, so this is a Star Wars theory, and this is dark. Okay,
For those who haven't joined us, we're not solely a Star Wars podcast.
we are a Star Wars podcast. Obi-Wan contacted someone in Mos Eisley so they could inform the Empire that the Jawas had the droids. He knew the Empire would find the Jawas and trace them back to Owen and Beru, and I'll ad-lib this in there, kill Owen and Beru. When Anakin left Tatooine, his mother was still there, and that caused problems. With Luke, the Jedi were not going to make any mistakes, not the same mistake, no attachments.
Oh,
So what they're saying is Obi-Wan contacted the Empire to get rid of Owen and Beru because you can't have any attachments, they're bad. And Yoda has said that in the past too.
Dude,
That's
dark,
pretty
dark.
that's
I like
pretty
it, though.
dark.
What's really crazy is it makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, but
I
Obi-Wan-
can't quote him, but Yoda
Obi-Wan
has said
love.
many times, like talking to Anakin, like attachment takes you down the path, or you can't be attached to Padme, and you have to be able to let go. Well, Obi-Wan
Jimmy
wasn't.
is so bad at like recalling things from
know.
Piece 3.
I can't quote it, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Hate leads to suffer. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I get it. Sometimes I miss it too. Yeah, but
But Obi-Wan's
mean-
we can't be Luke. You can't be attached to Owen and Beru. This is how we get rid of them.
I get it. But Obi-Wan himself even loved. He loved Anakin.
He did, but Luke literally made the decision to leave once he went back, and they were toasty skeletons. I mean, that's when he's like, okay, I have nothing left here. Let's go.
I get it, and you never know. But
I like it. I kind of like it.
But did Obi-Wan know that Luke was going to go to him right then? That's the
he's
thing.
probably pretty smart. I mean, he probably had a pretty good guess. There's nothing left for them there, and there's no attachments.
No,
Anakin
but
had
you
attachments.
argue-
His mom was left there. Qui-Gon, they left her there, and then that caused a whole. That was one of his levels of.
No, I
going
get it.
Super evil.
Right. But Obi-Wan didn't know that R2-D2 and C-3PO were on their way. with the message and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like he didn't know that. They just showed up and was like, "Hey, I have these droids and there's a message for you." Oh no, I gotta go back home real quick. Oh no, they're dead.
I don't know.
I don't think he knew, but I do like, or he did, and he's just masterminding the entire thing. Which
all
is
right,
a Jedi.
you need to go. You need to go watch an interview for a second. I'm gonna order food. I have to order. I have to order the family.
Run
sushi.
it through it, dude.
Like,
here we go.
like Screen Rant or something. Like, just
I don't know where you go.
What was the interview? Oh yeah, YouTube. Just type in like weird interview.
Wicked interview.
Wicked. Yeah.
Hopefully they're open.
I'm gonna be in a world.
Yes. Can I place an order to come pick up, and can I schedule it for 6:45?
What can I get for you today?
I need a hibachi fillet, medium rare.
Steammeister upgrade to fried rice.
Upgrade to fried rice with ginger salad dressing.
Okay.
I need a kid steak hibachi fried rice, medium rare, with ginger salad dressing. I need a kid's chicken hibachi fried rice with ginger salad dressing. I need a snake roll. And do you have the oh my god roll? I need one of those and a California roll.
Okay.
I think that's everything. Should I get anything else, guys? Warren?
So one snake roll, one oh my god, one California, a filet medium rare with fried rice, a kid's steak medium rare with fried rice, a kid's chicken with fried rice. Have a name and a phone number?
No, Jimmy.
Jimmy. All right, we'll see you around 6:45.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, bye. All right, I'm back. Hello?
I hate this.
I was asking you guys if you wanted me or if I should order anything. Can you not hear me?
I was listening to the interview.
Oh, where'd Wes go?
I have no idea, but
Oh,
I really don't like this.
Do you understand how it's weird and how what like off-putting?
Well,
about
first
it?
of all, and like I get when people are close and some people need support, but they're like there's 4 of them in this.
Yeah, that one.
Denzel,
all 4 witches.
Right. And the first thing they start off, they're like, oh, like decrepit old witches. Can't we all just be like goddesses? I'm like, what? You're actors. It doesn't have to reflect who you are in real life. You're an actor. You're literally supposed to pretend to be somebody else. Yeah. And if that person is a old witch, then you pretend to be the old witch. It doesn't mean you're an old witch in real life.
They're all that
actors.
Way. They're all that way.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, they're all that way, man.
You're an actor. You literally act like somebody else. That doesn't mean you are that person. You don't have to do method acting. What doesn't like what?
Now you see why. Now you see why it bothered me.
Yeah, they're all crying right away too. I'm just like, exactly, professional make believe. It's like, what? Okay, so you're too good to play a decrepit old witch, even if the story calls for it. That's what an actor does.
It's weird, dude. Out of touch.
You don't have. Well, it's completely out of touch. You think every character has to be who you are?
Yeah. Should have let him watch him before.
I chose to watch Red 1 this weekend over everything I could have watched. Gladiator, Wicked, whatever. I watched Red 1.
Oh, I watched Gladiator too.
Was that good?
Good. Yeah, it was really good. They connected it very, very well, in my opinion, to Gladiator. Multiple connections, and Denzel stole the show.
That's what I heard.
Denzel. What's his name? Oh my god, dude that plays in every universe. Pedro Pascal was amazing. He was more. I mean, he was a main role, but it was like a sub main role.
I was gonna say he's not the main character.
He's not the main character. I don't
Paul Mescal's the main character, right? Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about him. He did good, but it wasn't like blowing away to me. But Denzel, dude.
He wasn't a Russell Crowe.
He's the GOAT, bro.
No, and you're not. So I'm not trying to put him up to that. I mean, because obviously Russell Crowe was Gladiator. He did good. He didn't blow me away, but Denzel carried the show. He carried the movie. The ending was pretty wild.
Gotcha.
It's a good watch. It's a really good watch. It does
Denzel was
hold.
a good Joaquin Phoenix.
Dude, it holds
If you're
true.
comparing.
It holds true to the original. It connects with the original. And
Did
there's
you get your good water fights?
Yeah, it was pretty wild, dude. It was
Jimmy
pretty wild.
was really excited about
They're
that.
gonna flood it. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was
Cool.
good. It wasn't as good as the original, which I don't think it's supposed to be.
I don't think you could. I don't think you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Random topics. Fortnite Chapter 6 trailer leaked and revealed. We already talked about Chapter 6.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, ish. But Tencent released Horizon Zero Dawn ripoff.
Oh, click that link. You guys got to look at that.
My son is playing Horizon Zero Dawn
you're
right
gonna
here
laugh.
in my office right now.
I don't know what Horizon Zero Dawn is.
It's the
the
girl of
Aloy.
mechanical dinosaurs.
Yeah.
PlayStation game.
Yeah. No, I know.
Which one? Wait, which one is Horizon Zero Dawn, Jimmy?
I
Is it
can't.
top or
I
bottom?
couldn't tell you.
Hold on,
I couldn't
gotta
tell you.
make it big.
Which one is it, Jimmy?
It's the bottom one.
Whoa.
Jimmy, what are your thoughts?
It's the Horizon's the top one.
Horizon's the top one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
That
I
is
couldn't
Light of
tell.
Motoram, the upcoming game from Tencent. It's a survival crafting game, which, I'm a sucker for survival games. Yeah, it's a complete ripoff of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Wild. Dude.
I mean, Pal World was a complete.
I was about to say
ripoff
it's like
of
that.
Pokemon.
It's like that Pokemon one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Pal World was fun though.
That's crazy.
Pal World
That's
was
wild.
fun.
I gotta make a Twitter video on that
yes,
one.
no, yeah.
See, this is the one time where I could say like this is where The Office has done good in pop culture. It's like that. It's like spot the difference between the two photos. They're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Elon Musk starting an AI game studio to make games good again. Don't know about that because AI doesn't necessarily make games good again.
Yeah, let's make already soulless games even more soulless because of AI.
Not really
I mean,
a
if
fan
he
of
hired
that
the
one.
right people, though.
Yeah, I just
It
don't
didn't
think
real-
I don't want the
Yeah.
storytelling to be AI based.
Yep.
I want it to be.
Oh
human-based.
no, I don't want that either.
Yeah. The Witcher 4 entered full-scale production.
Let's
Wes just put that on
go!
here because Wes is literally.
Let's
Just very
go!
excited about that.
The Witcher
Hey,
4.
We may have a problem with like podcast production and him producing when that comes out. He may
When
disappear.
that comes out.
Warren.
Yeah,
He may
Yeah,
disappear.
that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that the campaign's over 100 hours.
Easily. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been in development. So the development time, like the window, is 5 to 6 years, and we don't know when it started, but we know the pre-production phase has ended, and it's going into full-scale production. So
It's coming out before GTA 6, Warren, because GTA 6 isn't
I mean,
real.
you know what's funny?
It's
We
a
might get a
Fugazi,
trailer.
it's a Fugazi.
We might
It's
get a
not
trailer
real.
next year.
We might have the trailer next year. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
PS2 officially sold over 160 million units. Did Sony move the goalpost to try and stay on top before Switch takes, or do they move the goalpost? Did they move it?
Okay, so here's the
Did
thing.
they move the goalpost?
The PS2 has been sitting at about 158 million units sold. And it seems like every time Nintendo Switch releases their numbers,
Oh, they pulled an Avatar.
Sony moves. They keep inching the goalpost.
They pulled an Avatar on Endgame, where
'Cause-
Avatar got re-released for the third time into movie theaters to
Okay.
get the record back.
Simplify it.
So like,
What do you mean?
we're talking units sold. The Nintendo Switch is like
Right.
at about 148 or 150 million units sold.
Oh, so it was closing in.
It's
on
closing in on
PS2,
the
so they
PS2.
did a re-release for the PS2 or
well,
something.
no, they didn't even do the re-release.
re-release.
They just announced new numbers.
They just
It's like,
found more. They got
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like where are you getting these numbers? Or like, and that was my comment as well. Like I said,
How
they
would
moving the
you
goalpost?
buy a new PS2?
yeah, exactly.
Somebody forgot to log in some back in the day, so they added them.
Yeah, they just moved some commas around. They added some numbers.
A quick story, funny story. I'm responsible for about 60 of those PS2 units. Back in my hustling days, I used to do a lot of eBay back in my 20s, and we found a supplier who had refurbed Sony PS2s, and we bought like 60 of them, had them delivered in the back of like a U-Haul, like stacks of PS2s. We get these and we take them up to our living room. We pull them out, like 20% of them worked. They had
Dude.
they had inches of dust and dirt and cake. It was so bad.
Wow.
It was so bad.
So did you lose a bunch of money, or?
Well, we were able to get a lot of them to work. No, we made money. I think we got them for like $60 a unit or something. This was back.
Oh, that's good.
This was back.
Oh, but you got them to work.
Yeah, we got a lot of them to work, and then you sell them right around Christmas. But this was also probably
you mark them up and stuff.
Yeah, this was when the PS2 was probably at the our PS3 hadn't came out yet, but it was getting
like
close.
2000.
The PS2 was awesome.
2004.
Yep, it was crazy. It was crazy. I had like 60 of them in our room. All right, Sony in discussion to buy
the Kadokawa Company.
Kadokawa Company. They own a ton of anime IP and own From Software. Don't care about the anime IP. Love From Software. Not a real fan.
He really sleeps on anime stuff.
He does. I
just don't have time to jump in, man.
But you do though, dude. You watch all the.
But
Marvel
I don't.
Slop. You watch all the Marvel slop that comes out, dude. You can find some time.
Marvel.
There's a lot of Marvel slop. You can't even deny it.
There's a little duck up here at the top of this. And next to it is our name. It says Multiverse Podcast.
Yeah, Multiverse.
And I'm pretty sure it's branded in like Marvel Red and.
It's literally designed like the Marvel Studios logo.
Also DC slop as well. Listen, you're telling me you watch Captain America and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, whatever the hell that movie or show is, and you loving every second of it?
Not every second, but I like parts of it.
Yeah, so watch anime and you'll get peak for every second of it.
We're not a Marvel podcast. We're a Star Wars podcast.
That's true. But even the animated Star Wars, like, have you seen Star Wars Visions?
Visions was actually really good.
Also animated, really good. You're sleeping on it.
Really good. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a big anime watcher either, but I'm a defender of good content.
Sounds like it. I got a guy that wants to come on the show. Drifter wants to come on the show. I'm pretty sure he's like a huge anime guy. I would literally probably just like take 30 minutes off and let you guys talk about anime, and then I'd come back.
Over time, I've watched a fair share of anime, but I haven't really recently.
Dude, Kaiju number 8. That's gas.
No, see, like I haven't.
Kaiju
like,
number 8.
Yeah, your son would like that. It's like
what's the Chainsaw Man where he's all chainsaws?
That's what it's called, Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
That's the show name.
That's what it's called.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's a boy there, like a kid that is a chainsaw. I haven't watched that one. That's a little bit weird. But Jujutsu Kaisen.
I tried to watch One Piece, the live action Netflix one, and I was done after like half the first episode.
Yeah, I've got a buddy Johnny who messaged who like watches the pod, or like he saw a clip of the podcast. Mm-hmm. He also has a podcast. It's like 4 guys, One Piece, and they talk about like all of the One Piece episodes.
That sounds kind of
whoa.
That's funny.
Shout out to Johnny if you're listening.
That's funny.
Hey, I'm just a chill guy. I like watching anime sometimes.
Yeah, okay? Chill guy meme thoughts.
Have you guys seen the chill guy meme?
No.
I think I just recently saw it today.
Oh, dude, it's everywhere.
It's like the cartoon guy thing,
right? The cartoon guy. Yeah.
Right, the dog thing? Yeah.
The thing, yeah.
I mean,
he's just a chill guy, apparently.
It's gonna be one of those things that just takes over the internet for a little bit. I mean, it's fine by me if it produces some funny stuff. Sure, I'm here.
You don't know what the chill guy meme is?
Jimmy's just completely lost.
Okay, here's a better topic. Okay, we're gonna do an audible. The Hawk Tuah girl has a meme coin, and she's giving away her Hawk coin. It's like cryptocurrency. It's just it's a scam. It's a rug pull.
It's all scams, man.
Yeah.
Like
I saw an interview where they asked her if she gave any credit, gave any money or anything to the guy that did the interview, and she was like, "No, we like blocked him, and he hit us up multiple times, like wanting some credit and whatever." She's like, "No," and they're like, "Don't you feel like he had something to do with your leap to fame?" She's like, "No." It's like, okay.
I mean, if he wasn't there asking you questions, you wouldn't have been here. Yeah. But does she owe him anything?
No, but there's this thing.
Credit where credit is due.
Here's what people don't understand, and here's where you unlock the keys to prosperity and having a good life. You put it out there, and then you don't worry if it comes back. You just put out there good. So not everything's a paper cut and dry, black and white. Does she owe him anything? It's if this dude didn't make this video, your life doesn't change. So in my immediate heart and mind, I'm like, okay, I should put something out there for this guy. And that's how I would think, but they don't think like that. And I think she gets people in her ear, or the people like,
because they just say, don't give him anything he could use to try to sue you to get anything.
Yeah.
That's what
I
it
know,
is, right?
that's
That's what it is.
That's so toxic. I mean,
Have you, dude? I've met so many people in this industry, and I'm sorry, some people aren't gonna like to hear this, but it's all toxic.
yeah,
I've
it
met so
sucks.
many people who are just backstabbers, who are emotionally abusive, and I'm talking about creators.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Oh, trust me,
I
I know.
you
We
know,
call
yeah,
those
no,
clout goblins.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just it's sad because they just lose sight of what's really important. If you just break it down, if she sat there for a minute and just compartmentalized, she worked in a factory, and now she doesn't, and everything that changed in her life. I don't see how you don't get warm
I know.
heartstrings, and be like, well,
No,
I don't owe him anything, but let's bring him on the podcast or let's give him a
right,
shout.
something like that. Yeah,
Something like
totally.
that. He was part of the Hawk Tuah girl being created.
He technically discovered her.
He was the platform.
He created
the
meme.
It was his thing, right? Yeah,
I don't know.
mean,
I don't get
because this is what it is, and it's a big thing in like Hollywood, fake Hollywood with like creators and stuff. It's a mentality of like, in order for me to win, you have to lose. Like there can only be one winner.
Yeah, but that's
a
not
lot of people think like that.
up.
A lot of people, a lot of people think like that.
All right, top 5 Disney soundtracks. This was easy.
It was easy. There's so many.
There is a lot.
All I'm saying is y'all better go the distance with this one.
Wes, you already know.
All right.
Number
5.
I don't even know if you go.
I'll go. Number 5 for me is Pocahontas.
Okay.
Solid. Okay.
So I was gonna say, here's the thing about this list. It's gonna be very just personal.
Okay.
Right? I mean, no, it is, right? Like this is all personal to you, what you personally enjoy, right? Yeah. Number 5 for me. Do I put it at 5 or 4? I still haven't decided. We're gonna go ahead and put it at number 5. Aladdin.
Warren didn't do 6 this time. Holy crap. This is the first
weekend.
Oh crap.
This will be the first time where I don't even have honorable mentions.
Oh.
I mean, I could give a ton of honorable mentions,
true,
but I just have 5 sitting right here.
All right. Number 4 for me is Hercules.
You motherfucking
4?
I'm just gonna go. No, we're gonna bypass this, Wes. We're just gonna, how it is for me.
Hold on. Here's how I did it. I went off of how many bangers they had. Hercules had 1 banger, like one.
What?
It had one that stuck. It has
at least 2 bangers.
It had one that was the main. Pocahontas had 1 super banger. It's true. Go ahead.
You're cooked.
It has at least 2 bangers.
And every time the gospel is singing as well, like they're all good.
Go ahead.
Number 4 is Frozen. Both Let It Go and Into the Unknown are awesome.
All right, number
Frozen
3
1 and Frozen 2.
Number 3 for me is Little Mermaid.
Number 3 for me is Little Mermaid.
Okay, has at least 2 bangers.
Did you get at least 2 bangers for this movie? But not Hercules. Hercules has at least 2 bangers.
He watches the first 10 minutes of the movie and then leaves the room because his kids are locked in.
It's not true. Number 2 for me. Number 2 for me, and could have been number 1, is Frozen. Frozen has 3 bangers.
Hey.
Yep.
There we go.
Frozen could be argued for number 1. It really could to me.
It could.
It has the most. It has a lot that sticks.
Number 2 for me, which I feel might be number 1 for Jimmy, is Lion King.
Yeah, number 1 for me is Lion King because of that was more prominent when I was younger, like the original. Oh, dude, Elton John just crushed it. That entire soundtrack.
I just realized I do have an honorable mention, but number 1 is Hercules.
Yeah.
W.
Zero to Hero, Go the Distance. Those are 2 bangers.
Go the Distance is the banger of that movie.
You don't think Zero to Hero is a banger? Oh my gosh! And I thought I was gonna get crap for The Office. I think Jimmy gets the most crap. Honorable mention: Tarzan.
W.
Honorable mention: Aladdin, Mulan, and Moana.
Mulan, yeah. Oh, Moana, yeah.
Is it Jungle Book?
Jungle Book could have been on there too. Yeah. I also
there could be a lot on
Aladdin.
there.
Aladdin just had the one banger. I mean, we agree. The genie song.
A Whole New World.
Yeah, A Whole New World.
Oh crap! It had two
A
bangers.
Whole New World.
What was the genie song? That was the one I remember. Yeah. That's it right there. Yeah, that one. But I remember the carpet ride. Whole New World was big. Yeah.
Yeah, I also will give Beauty and the Beast credit.
Yeah, that's also good.
Well. They've
so
got
many bangers.
That's what I said. I was like, this one was hard.
But you gotta have two to make the list for me, or to make the top of the list. All right.
True. One must go. We're getting scrappy here, bro.
He doesn't think Zero to Hero.
Zero to Hero. Yeah, dude. No.
That's
a gospel choir singing with us.
That's a secondary. That's a secondary song.
Oh, that was a good one.
Danny DeVito as well. Dude, it's so many bangers, bro. Like the movie is just. I mean, okay. I think out of everything, like Aladdin and Hercules is definitely like the boy Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like those were definitely like the ones that like really resonated with us guys. But there's some bangers overall. Okay, one must go. It's about to get scrappy, boyos.
Stupid.
Y'all excited?
No.
One must go. Xbox 360 or PS3?
PS3.
I've never had a PS3. PS3.
That was easy.
Dude.
Xbox 360 is the iconic of those two, and you know it.
I had an Xbox, a PlayStation 1, a PS2, and then from there on out, Xbox until I went to PC.
Don't argue the fact that PlayStation Network was not what Xbox Live was.
It was never meant to be, bro. Okay, because Xbox
Live was awesome.
had great multiplayer games. PS3 had great.
Yeah.
It had COD and Halo. That's all you needed.
That's all I care about.
COD. PS3 had COD.
But at Xbox 360, Xbox Live COD. Come on.
PS3 was free.
Xbox Live users would eat PlayStation Network users alive back then.
Dude.
And you know it,
bro.
You know it. Different world.
You're cooked, dude. PS3. I mean, there's a reason the PS3 came out ahead at the very end. More consoles sold than the Xbox 360
because Sony came out and was like, "Hey, by the way, we added 30,000 more units."
Yeah, we found them in the dump. We found them in the dumpster over there.
They did some really good slim models that were really solid. Okay.
No, actually, I'll stop real quick. That's desperation. When you have to go make 4 different versions of your slim model, that's because you're desperate.
That's because
Xbox 360 is
like hotcakes, dog.
we got this and we got the new version. There you go. And you know what? If you don't like it, we got the red ring of death for you.
Oh my god! I mean, there was the yellow light of death. Did you guys experience that?
Yeah.
That was pretty tough. Okay, next up. One must go. Indiana Jones, The Mummy, James Bond, or Pirates of the Caribbean?
I'm going to go James Bond.
Oh my gosh. Not James Bond.
James Bond. Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow connected to. The Mummy, Brendan Fraser connected to. Indiana Jones is freaking Indiana Jones. James Bond, it's a different Bond every once in a while. Pierce Brosnan, what's his name?
Sean Connery.
I'm
going with The Mummy. I love The Mummy,
dude,
but I'm going with The Mummy.
Brendan Fraser. Awesome.
Yeah, no,
he is, but I love James Bond.
Do you?
I love the.
I get bored with them.
Oh yeah.
Aren't they normally like 3 hours long? And I don't know.
No.
You sure?
They're good. It's a tough list, but they're not that bad.
I'm not saying they're bad.
Yeah.
All right.
I love James Bond. I love
this next one though. One must go. Star Wars or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Star Wars. Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's really hard, but I really get into the lore.
We are Star Wars Rings.
Don't get me wrong, Star Wars has a lot of amazing lore, but I've just got more into Lord of the Rings than I have Star Wars, so I don't want to give that up.
Bye, Star Wars.
Hey guys, from now on, I'm only giving you 2.
Yeah, I know.
Get a
little bit crazy.
In no world should you be able to justify getting rid of Star Wars.
In this household, I agree, but
I love Lord of the Rings lore. I love everything about it.
You don't know the lore of Lord of the Rings, though.
I know a lot of it.
It's on screen, and you barely know it's on screen.
I read The Hobbit in 6th grade, bro. When you were in diapers.
So
probably wasn't born. I don't.
I knew a Bilbo Baggins before you were alive, so don't talk to me about lore.
I mean, my thing is like it's like you pick your poison. Do you want your sci-fi or do you want your high fantasy?
How many
You know?
wizards are there in Middle Earth, Jimmy?
4.
5.
4. Go fact check yourself. Google it right now. Google it.
Sorry, Jimmy.
5.
5.
You're on the wrong website.
During the events of Lord of the Rings, well, Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast.
No. Good
what happened
wizards.
to the 2 blue wizards?
No,
The
good
unnamed
wizards.
wizards.
The 2
Saruman
blue.
was
The 2
a good
blue,
wizard.
brown, and gray. I'm not talking about Saruman. He was bad.
What are you talking about? But he was one of the 5 wizards to
He's
go
one
to
of the five,
Middle
yeah.
Earth.
No, I'm talking about the 4 that were there after he turned bad. I was not technically wrong there. I'm not your buddy
He's
on
going
your
to
video game either.
imright.com.
I think if you
Imright.com.
would ask anybody, about how many wizards are there in Middle Earth. I didn't say good wizards, by the way. I just said wizards.
Yeah, but when you think wizards, you think good.
That's
So
okay.
I was assuming you were talking about post
There are
Saruman.
bad wizards in a
Post
lot
Saruman.
of.
Those are warlocks.
Voldemort is an
Post
evil.
Saruman.
Voldemort's a wizard.
They're witches,
Post
okay?
Saruman. Post Saruman.
Okay, next up, guys, we have Breaking Bad, Sopranos, Lost, or Band of Brothers.
Lost.
Lost. It just
Easy.
dragged on, and
I had a
it
feeling,
was
but I
great
thought,
in the
like-
beginning.
Band of Brothers is crazy. Sopranos was
insane.
crazy. Breaking Bad's one of the best movie or TV series ever produced.
Yeah.
Do you do like the Band of Brothers or like the Pacific and then watch Band of Brothers?
I don't remember which way I've watched it all. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one I watched first though.
Well, you
I
don't have to
feel
watch
like-
them in a different
I feel
order,
like I
but,
watched the OG first.
Yeah, fair. Okay, next up. This one, I'm
This
gonna
is-
remove one. I'm
this
gonna
is
remove one
so
from the
easy.
list. I'm gonna
This is
remove one.
so
No,
easy.
no.
I already know which one he's gonna remove.
I haven't
too.
looked, so I don't know.
You're such a jerk.
I don't
Okay,
ever look at
next
Such a
up,
jerk.
The Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park.
He removed Futurama because he knew
Oh,
I
yeah,
would immediately
Futurama
say.
would be gone.
Yeah,
Futurama
I
would
had a
be
feeling now.
Dude, Simpsons is in their 35th season. I gotta go Family Guy. I gotta stay with the OGs. The OG OGs.
I'm not getting rid of Family Guy.
I have to. You can't get rid of Cartman. You can't get rid of Homer.
Oh,
Peter Griffin.
I know, but he's newer. He's newer. He's
I don't
the
care.
newer
Piece of candy.
three.
What do you enjoy more? That's what it is, right? Like you could say that about old movies, but
Peter Griffin is a derivative of Homer Simpson. He is literally a copy of Homer Simpson.
I don't think that's true at all. Maybe some truth to it, but I don't see that when I watch it.
currently,
I don't know.
Homer and-
I have laughed so hard at Family Guy.
they've
just
got
over
good
time.
one-liners.
They're all
And
great.
I never got super into South Park, so I'll say South Park.
Oh my
Just because
god.
I was never really super
Whoa.
into it.
I thought it was gonna be a
Whoa.
fight to the death between Homer and Peter, bro.
Whoa.
But now you
No.
took Cartman out back and you
Yeah.
But I can't get because I can't get rid of Homer Simpson.
you
Bart
killed
Simpson.
Kenny, bro. Come on.
So
He comes back to life every episode.
Simpsons walked so Family Guy could run,
Mhm.
and they both did what they did so South Park could go rated R on both of them. I mean, that's
I
kind
mean,
of
South Park is great for what it does now, but I watched Simpsons and Family Guy more than I watched South Park.
I'm saying that I'm getting rid of Family Guy because once you get the format, you see the one-liners that Seth MacFarlane is legendary at.
Yeah.
You kind of get the whole thing. Like you don't have to continue watching it.
You want to know a really
But-
funny movie that he
So
produced?
funny.
He was in 1,000 Ways to
Dude,
Die in
A
the
Thousand Ways
West.
to Die in the West. Dude, yes.
Hilarious.
The ice scene.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, look, they're bringing in the ice block. Let's go watch. Oh my god, that went sideways so quickly.
Yeah.
Great
good.
movie. I would love to watch another one of those.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one for One Must Go. We have Pikachu or Charizard.
Pikachu.
You're getting rid of Pikachu?
No, we're keeping Pikachu. I'm
No, we're-
keeping Pikachu.
We're getting rid of Pikachu.
No, I'm getting rid
Yeah,
of
One
Charizard.
Must Go. One Must Go, Charizard.
Oh, duh. One must go. Charizard goes.
Forgot the segment.
I mean, you threw
Yeah.
Pikachu out the window really quick.
No, I love
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Favorite Pokemon.
All right. I say Charizard.
Okay. Next up, we have Overrated, Underrated. Let's get it, boyos. First and foremost, we have the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
The most
The new
recent
one?
one. Not the Do the Mario, you know.
It's
Swing
properly
your
rated.
hips from the
Properly rated.
This is the category that we go off what we think people think, Warren.
Yep.
You said
Why
earlier,
is it different?
because we were saying hit or miss. You were like, we're going off of what the world thinks. It's not. It's this one. Hit or miss.
I mean,
is
they're
what you
both
think.
basically the same.
But why?
segment.
We're trying to
that's what I'm
guess. We're
saying.
trying to guess like a rating based off what everybody thinks on these.
But who's there to tell us what's right?
I don't. You know what
The
I'm
viewers,
saying.
we're gonna get roasted.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys, if you have segment ideas, let us know in the comments.
Wes is like, I need help.
Okay, next up we have Hunger Games movies.
I think they're properly rated. I think they're viewed as like one of those big pop culture franchises. It wasn't anything super crazily good like Harry Potter, but they're still really good.
Yeah, I'll go properly. They go a little darker.
Yeah, I mean,
bit.
I've enjoyed them a lot.
The newest one, I actually enjoyed the prequel. The first one, I thought it was good. I liked it.
Something Songbird.
And
I can't
yeah.
remember.
And it had our favorite actress, Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, it did.
W.
Actually, which crazy because I thought she did really good in that one. Which
Yeah,
goes to show it's not like I'm not like picking on her specifically. It's not,
It's the
She said
it's
something
the
stupid.
role.
And that's
Yeah.
all it hurts too. Yeah.
Okay, next up, I'm gonna paint you guys a picture. The Fortnite live event happened. We got the black hole. The game was down forever. The children yearned for Fortnite.
Oh,
You load in the game for the first time, right? And you jump down, and you're flying down, and your keybinds are their keybinds are all broken. Fortnite Chapter 2 has started. Hit or miss. Fortnite Chapter 2.
I remember that one. Now that you said that, yeah, I
All the
remember that one,
keybinds
but-
broken. You're just like, I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna say underrated because it's one of those you don't realize like how special it was in the moment. The whole black hole
Yeah.
event was
Yeah.
insane. The fact
Yeah.
nobody thought that a company would turn off their money valve for days,
days.
but
Yeah, I'm
they
saying
knew that exponentially they were going to make so much more. So far,
Just the
ahead of it.
anticipation. You didn't know when it was coming back on.
Do you
Like,
remember
I mean,
everybody streaming the black hole? Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
24/7.
he's like,
streaming
when's
the black
it
hole.
gonna come back on? Like,
It's
yeah.
doing something. There's something in it.
Yeah, it was. There was actually stuff doing.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we have Star Wars Outlaws. Talk about agenda.
I hate to do
Oh,
this.
it's totally overrated. I mean, it's not. It seems like it's very widely hated.
So, yeah.
I didn't play it, but it seems like it's very widely hated.
I'm sorry, Ubisoft.
I was given
I really appreciate the event and it was a lot of fun, but the actual game ended up not being very good.
Shout out to Ubisoft. Just
Shout
get your
out.
shit together, homies. Listen,
I mean,
no,
the gameplay
Hey.
that I saw looked terrible.
They have their creator stuff together. It was one of the best events I've ever been to.
I played it early as well, and I thought it was like gameplay wise, it's solid, but everything else.
No, I had my own liaison, like my own dude right here to help me. Everybody had their own guy, which was my first like red flag. I was like, why? Why do I need you? And he's like, you're gonna have problems. And I was like, okay. So I start playing, and I start doing the pick lock thing, and I'm like,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
I said, is there a way to skip this? He's like, no, this is immersive. And I'm like, I'm on my like 70-second pick lock sequence. And I'm like, dude, you have to tell them to take this out. This is
Bro.
terrible. And then we get into another spot. He's like, okay, this is going to glitch, but you got to go up this wall. You're trying to hide from the stormtroopers in the Death Star. And he's like, you technically can't do it this way. And I'm like, you realize that every kid that plays this isn't going to have a coach right here with them. I was
Yeah.
like, oh boy.
Dude, like, okay, so try doing that lockpick thing on a digital preview event. It was streamed over the cloud, right? And I had this dude in my ear, and I'm like trying to press the button because it's like a time thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's like playing like what's it called? You know, like you have to do do.
Yeah.
And you gotta like time it and stuff.
time the
and
sequence.
yeah, and I also got to the part as well. I was like, so can you play the whole game stealth? He's like, yeah, for the most part, except there's one part where you have to shoot the people. I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, okay. Next up, we have, keeping it Star Wars themed, The Mandalorian.
I'm gonna say properly rated. It started off slow, and I feel like it got better over time.
It was actually between properly or underrated for me, but I think it's pretty properly rated. Yeah.
Would you
there were
agree? It started
times-
off slow.
I was gonna say there are times where it's not that entertaining, but overall, I think it is very good.
Yeah.
I really enjoy The Mandalorian,
The
and I'm
whole-
really excited for the movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie for sure. But the whole 30-minute episode Disney Plus format, where you got the like, dude, 30-minute episodes with no substance,
Yeah.
and you got this slow paced, like,
Right,
dude,
that's the problem. Yeah,
just like I hate the 30-minute format. Like the same thing happened with Percy Jackson, zero substance. The books are there, the movies are there, the pacing is good in those.
yeah.
But
I don't.
30-minute episodes, that's just not enough. Like,
You know
Crazy.
what? So, with instances like the Rings of Power, 45-minute episodes aren't long enough when they're so dang slow.
yeah, well, whenever you have like a bunch of exposition with no lead up to anything.
Yeah.
You know, House of the Dragon season 2. Okay, next up, Squid Game.
Properly rated. I mean, it went over
it's
well.
it's between properly and underrated. Like, I feel like it was huge. So yeah, properly rated. I feel like people really got into it when it came out. I mean,
Squid
it
Game
is a
2's
really
coming.
good show. Yeah, and second season's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really great show.
It's good.
Speaking of another great show, I think we're over a year since it released, but Loki season 2's finale.
I mean, I would push underrated if I thought anybody didn't like it, but I think
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Like I say, properly
it's
rated
properly
because
rated.
because I was going like, do people really appreciate it for what it is? And I think they really do. I think they really do. Yeah.
Fair, dude. That ending where he's like, had the tree of life, dude. Oh my gosh, like
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil,
It was good.
dude. It was so
Yeah.
sick. Okay, and I like
So good.
that happened like right around the time of God of War. Like I think the DLC dropped, and I was like, dude,
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
living life right now.
There you
Okay,
go.
next
yeah.
up, we have Star Wars Ahsoka.
Underrated. Because I know
I
there's
think
people
it's,
that don't think it was great. And
Yeah, I
agree.
think it's underrated because I heard it got a lot of hate, and
Yeah.
there are some things in there like Sabine giving, basically
yeah.
she didn't really become bad. But yeah, I mean that was part of my dumbest Star Wars moments.
Yeah,
right?
that was dumb.
But there was those moments, or like Ahsoka flying on the jet and she like jumps and then lands back down. And it's like, well, why didn't she drift off into space? Well, she probably used the Force. It's like something. Yeah.
Not sure
But
what I think
overall-
about space whales either.
Oh, but but from the animated show,
But that's
that was
from
like,
exactly.
That was a callback to the animated show.
I
That was
know.
great.
Yeah. So I mean, it's probably a little underrated. Yeah.
Agreed. Okay. Next up, we have Taylor Swift Eras Tour. The overall hype around the Eras Tour, we're talking like the worldwide tour or whatever.
I'm gonna say properly rated because from what I heard, she put a ton of money into each show, and it was like each show was crazy. Like the event, you got your money's worth. And I also heard she like overpaid and gave huge bonuses to all the production crew and the semi drivers and like everybody that was involved in
She
each
has
show.
the
So-
money.
So properly rated.
She certainly made the money. Yeah, properly rated.
Yeah.
Sweet. Next up, we have the PlayStation 5 Slim / the Pro.
I'm just gonna say the PS5 in general, I think is a really good console. I'm gonna say underrated.
I've never played the PS4, let alone the PS5. So pass for me.
I think we have so high of expectations now that we're just like, oh yeah, we expect it to be this good. I think it's really good.
Yeah, no, I think it's solid. My biggest thing, and one of the reasons why I would say that it's a bit overrated, is because they're selling all of these consoles for people to play Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Oh, I know.
PlayStation, they need to get back. And there's rumors that we're going to get an event in the next like few days, actually. That's funny enough, because of the 30th anniversary.
Get back to storytelling on single player games and
give us the games. We want to know what Cory Barlog is doing. We want to know what Neil Druckmann is doing.
Gears of War, baby. Gears of War.
Do you know what I bought today?
Well,
Black Friday.
Xbox.
That's Xbox, but
Yeah.
I bought a big ol' 34-inch curved monitor for my PC games.
Very cool.
Nice.
so you can see League of Legends in curve.
Yeah, so
as
I
you
can
rage.
get mad in all directions.
There you go.
That's it for overrated and underrated.
All right. We have
Also, it's Final
couple-
Fantasy 14 right now.
Oh, nice.
Actually, sometime I'm gonna try to start the Final Fantasy 7.
7.
Yep,
Yes,
remake,
you have to do
remake,
7 first.
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna
address a comment real quick, and
Go
I
for
think it was on. Instagram. What were we talking about? We were talking about Avatar. Me and Wes said it was soulless. And somebody who clearly knows a decent amount about me or has heard me say something said K-dramas are soulless. K-dramas are not soulless. There are some that maybe are a little soulless, but all the ones that I have watched are like...
Is that K-pop dramas?
No,
Korean drama.
Oh, Korean drama.
Korean
K
pop.
stands for Korean. So K-pop, Korean pop.
You're never gonna believe
K-drama,
this.
Korean drama.
Okay, all right.
J-pop
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, Jimmy, J-pop is also Japanese pop.
That's a thing?
That is a
Like,
thing,
yeah,
yes.
Well, each country has their own pop music.
So is ours called A-pop?
No, it's called pop. Because we create the culture. I'm
Fair
joking.
to pop.
But did we?
I have
I
no
mean,
idea.
we're an
Maybe.
amalgamation of all of the cultures.
Okay.
So yes, we
All
do.
right. All right. Well, there you
But
go.
anyways, K-dramas do have soul.
Episode
A lot of soul.
16.
So much soul.
4.
This is episode 16?
Yeah.
Yep,
4
we're
more.
on episode 16.
4 more before the live stream
Oh, okay,
finale.
yeah.
And then we go
What is
black
it?
hole style and we just cut the cord.
Ah, it's January 1st, right?
Yeah.
That's our
yeah.
live
Yeah.
stream, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Which is
everybody
crazy.
listening, we are going to do episode 21 live on YouTube.
21?
It's
Yep.
going to be fun.
21.
It's going to be fun. We should
That's crazy that it just gets there on the first.
and we're doing it on the first day of 2025.
It's gonna be Wednesday.
All right, guys. I have to go pick up sushi, which I ordered, but yeah, I've still got a little time, but we've got a little more work to do. We've got some stuff we're gonna watch and react for you guys. If you want to catch those clips, follow us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. They'll go up as shorts or extended shorts. Shorts are now 3 minutes. That's actually happening. So like I'm uploading stuff and it's actually
So
going
there-
into clips.
It's working now.
There's a whole talk about this where it's kind of like YouTube might actively be screwing people with the 3-minute shorts, because if you did a normal 3-minute video, you'd get a lot more money,
Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
but you probably get more exposure with the short
You
format.
get way more exposure. So it's kind of
Right.
which way do you want to go with it?
Yeah.
And with a short, you can add a related video, which I've been watching the
That's
back
true.
end. You get a little bit of push off your
Do
bigger
you?
one.
Because my
Yeah.
Cosmic Wonder channel has it. I've watched the back end
bigger
too. I
ones.
don't do a lot of shorts for that. Sure, yeah, the bigger one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot. You get some subs though. Wes, what's an e-bathroom?
Shorts get subs.
An e-bathroom.
Yeah, it says I gotta go head to the e-bathroom.
The bathroom.
Oh, no, it says e-bathroom.
Yeah, so mine is electric. I've got a bidet. It's plugged in, right? And it's got a vortex enema. We'll talk about it later if you guys want.
Vortex
Oh
enema.
no! Oh no!
All right, guys.
Oh no!
Thank you for spending an hour and 40 minutes with us. We appreciate it. This is the Star Wars Multiverse Podcast, and we will see you for episode 17. Peace.
Peace.